Who's next? Hey, how y'all doing? Back again, another great episode of the Effective Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Jeremy Robinson, and today I have my family on the show. Man, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Moriah Crisp. Definitely a pleasure. Appreciate Jeremy for this opportunity to talk, have good conversation. And yeah, let's get it.
Indeed. So, how are you doing mentally, physically, and emotionally?
Yeah, so mentally, I would say I'm in a good space right now. So right now we got some time off, so I'm visiting a lot of family, visiting my grandparents right now in North Carolina. So that's always good, good feeling, honestly. So yeah, I mean it's always a working process because life is a roller coaster, right? You got your ups and downs.
Right.
So definitely going up the hill right now. Just that family time, definitely a family oriented person. So is I've been enjoying this. And then you said physically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, physically, I mean, I eat well. I got to get in the gym though, to be honest. I got to get in the gym, get back into that routine of things you want me to be honest. But I can't complain though, right? I still got breath in my lungs and I'm still able to move my legs, move my arms, all that stuff. So you got to just, I'm blessed overall with it. And then emotionally, work in progress as well with that, but we getting there day by day.
Good. That's good. Look, if you got all three of them kind of balanced, you good to go.
Oh yeah.
Definitely, definitely. I feel like things happen. Like before we got on course with thing with the house, man. It's like so. Courtney asked me yesterday. She was like, "You stressed about anything else?" I was like, "Nah." She's like, "Okay, yeah, okay, cool. That's something that you should be like. Dang, I want this to get fixed. Cool, but in life, it's not that many things. Now that I think it took me getting older to realize I'm not about to stress about a lot anything actually.
Yeah.
I'm about to stress.
Yeah. I think my pastor one sermon when I came on with the church and he was talking about living life. You gotta live a stress-free life.
Got
You
to.
know, it's not worth, a lot of things not worth to be, stressing out about. You know what I'm saying? But you guys just keep showing up though, even if when it does get stressful, because it will.
It will.
But
It will. But you got control. What you can control.
yes, control the controllables. That's key. That's always a key.
Indeed.
Hmm.
I say your journey from point guard at UNC Wilmington, let's get it right,
Hmm.
to being a WCA 30 for 30 honoree, that's very powerful.
Yeah.
I say, what was some of the defining moments in your basketball career that made you say, you know what, I could transition to being a coach?
So I mean, honestly, coaching was never I never really wanted to be a coach. It kind of just came to me.
Uh-huh.
I would say a defining moment in college though when my mentality and just how I approached the things shifted. It was just a time in my life where I wasn't making the best decisions, right? Just being immature. And I really got a second chance, not just in basketball, but in life, so if to have the audacity, right, you get a second chance in life and not take advantage of it, right?
Right.
So it's just I think that was the defining moment, honestly. I had to check myself, I had to look myself in the mirror, hold myself accountable, and just approach everything that I do, with a different mindset, and a different will. So I think that was definitely a defining moment, for the shift. And then once I graduated college,
Mhm.
it kind of right. It was 2020. It was COVID time. So I'm just trying to figure life out. Right during that time too was tough. So I just graduated, but then my habits that I had in college because I was an athlete, I really started enjoying like strength conditioning, weightlifting, and all that. So that habit just kind of stuck with me right when I graduated. And then I literally was just working out, picked up the phone, started recording my workouts. And then with the workouts, I had a little voiceover over it, right? Little messages and motivation, all that stuff.
Right.
So I look back at it on, I didn't know in that time, but when I look back at on it now, it's like wow, like that's really when my coaching started when I was 21 years old, doing my own workouts, picked up the phone and just was just going with it, right? But I was kind of around that environment my whole life because when I was playing, I worked out a lot, like doing skill development workouts. And my trainers, Coach Karan Godwin and Pat the Rock, they were recording their stuff, posted it on Instagram. So I guess it just kind of came natural. That's what I was around. So I picked up my phone, recorded my workouts, had my little messages, and I now when I look back at it, right, that's when I knew like this coaching stuff was a calling at that point when I was 21 years old when I graduated. So I'm blessed, right? Second chance in life, took advantage of the second chance, and I'm where I'm at right now.
Yeah, that's a true blessing. I feel like,
Hmm.
yes, you have to take advantage of things when you know it's like, wait a minute. If you keep going towards that, you start to realize, like, oh, wait a minute, I'm good at this, and I already been
Yeah.
doing it. So, like, I should go try it, and I'm thankful that you tried it because you're doing more than try it now. You in it.
Yeah,
So,
I was just trying to figure stuff out,
mm,
right? Just trying to figure out my interests or like what I wanted to get into like career wise. And I just take stuff day by day and just work hard and just show up. And when you do that stuff is going to find you. Just like when we tell players, like it don't matter who you playing for, you
mm,
working hard, that camera gonna find you.
indeed.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the same with everything else in life. Like you just have to put your head down, you just work. Stuff gonna find you always, always.
You're right about that. So I say, what's your it factor? Why do you do what you do?
So my it factor is my faith. Like I got it's something when we talk about spiritual, it's something that I definitely want to continue to grow in, right, and get better. I'm not gonna sit here and like I'm the perfect
Right.
right Christian or nothing. No, you know, I still got a lot of things to improve on in my life. But one thing I believe though, I believe in myself and I believe in the unknown, right? And I'm not afraid of being uncomfortable. I like to be uncomfortable actually. I think I'm too young to be at any point in my life where I'm sitting back comfy with my legs up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I just think just having that faith and that foundation of faith, and shout out to my parents for, you know, giving me that foundation of faith. Always, you know, we going to church, Sunday school, all that stuff. But it's key, right? It's key because when you believe in something, that gets you going, that gets you out the bed.
Mm,
That motivates you. Um, but then also, right, my family, my support is my it factor. A lot of people don't have the support that I have, and a lot of people that know me knows that my family ride. And not like they ride. When I say ride, they ride on them roads. You know, they make them trips, right? Wherever we at, I got two older brothers, so wherever we at, wherever we got going on, they making that time, they making themselves available to show up, right? That's another it factor because those are the people that I lean on, right? I definitely gotta lean more on people when I'm going through things. I think sometimes I like to kind of handle stuff too much on my own. But when I really need somebody, I know they're a phone call away, right? That I can lean on, get advice on, and they can lift me up, right? They give me so much life. They give me so much confidence in myself. So just having you know, those people in my back pocket, right, is key, right? I really do think that's my it factor because it's not a lot. Everybody don't have it. And
you're right.
as I continue to get older, right, and experience life, the more I kind of realize it. I'm like, dang, like I couldn't imagine. Right. So I've been very blessed and lucky, right, to have to come from the bloodline that I come from. Really.
They some good people. They some,
Yeah.
look, I was just on the phone with your dad the other night. We were on our group call, getting ready for this game. We're trying to go see the Falcons. Well, we're going to go see the Falcons versus the Commanders.
Yeah.
Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole nother story. But we would sit on the phone call. I was just like, it's just something about your dad, man. We always connect, and it'd be so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Nah,
don't know
man.
frat brothers, but hey, I just good people, man. Good.
Good people. Like I'm not even just because they my parents. Like I see how they treat people that's not family and that's not blood, right? And that speaks volumes on just the type of people they are. Like blessed, lucky. That's really my that support, right? And my faith as well. But my support, man,
I love
this is out the world. Trust me.
I'll say okay, so that leads to my next question. I'll say,
Hmm.
you worked at George Washington, Fordham,
Hmm.
and now you're at Marist, and at each you're adding on to your toolbox. I
Hmm.
say, what one lesson or lessons that you have learned from each stop that have shaped you and helped you to mentor the young ladies that you're with today?
Yeah, I mean a lot, right?
Yeah.
At all of my stops, I've been able to work for very knowledgeable head coaches
Mhm.
that with a lot of experience that really know the game, and also know the way of life too. At the same time, not just good at X's and O's, but good at right coaching life. So from George Watson, Coach McComb, she always says, "Be where your feet are," right? And that's something that stuck in my head because it's a powerful message because it's so much going on in your life. You got so many aspects within you, right? With whatever you have going on, but wherever your feet are, just be there. Because if your feet are somewhere else that you're not even at, that's how time pass you by, right?
Mhm.
Time is passing you by, opportunities pass you by because your mental is in daggone. We in. I'm in North Carolina right now, but your mental in California.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got to really be where your feet are, so stuff don't pass you by. So I think that from her from when I was at George Washington, that's something that really stuck with me and that I carry on and I try to, you know, use that message in some way to the kids that, you know, I coach, you know, at Marist. And then Fordham, Coach B, another message that I got from her, she said, it's like the four P's. I kind of get it mixed up, but it's like poor. preparation equals piss performance, or like piss preparation equals performance, something like that.
Yeah, I think it's all about.
So that my thing is with that is when I'm with the kids that I'm coaching right now, it's like don't expect right. Say if a kid comes to you and say they want high IQ, better high IQ.
Mm-hmm.
Don't expect no better IQ if you're not preparing in the film, right? You're not watching your film. Don't say, don't whatever you want to exceed in. Like you can't if you're not prepping for it. Just like for the scouts, right? If it's not a good scout, I don't know how the game gonna go because it's just not good preparation for the performance to even be at a certain level to get that W. So that was another phrase from her that kind of stuck in the back of my mind. It's like whatever you doing or whatever you performing in, you gotta prep. It gotta be some preparation. You gotta take that preparation serious. Um, and then Marist, where I'm at right now, is I think a lesson that I've learned is balance, right? So Coach E, she's a mom of two kids, and she got to have that balance. You know what I'm saying? Like she got no choice. But she's also a head coach,
Right.
right? So I always like, especially like when I'm recruiting and I'm talking to kids on the phone, or even the kids that I'm coaching right now. I'm always making sure bringing it to their attention to be so they're aware of like you got to have some type of life outside of ball, right? Because when you're an athlete, you're pouring so much into your sport, right? You're pouring in so much reps, so much sweat, so much tears, right? So much blood, sweat, and tears, right? The good old saying. But when it's done and said and done, what's you pouring back into yourself?
Yeah, never.
Right, so that balance is that balance. Though everything can't be, you can't overconsume yourself with the sport where you forgetting yourself about a person. Right, so that's bringing it back to Coach E. She can't put so much into head coaching where her two kids. You got two kids, so that balance. Is something that I definitely, it's not a message that she kind of preaches, but I just see it through her day to day, right, actions and how she just moves. So the balance is key though. You got to be able to have some time to pour something back into yourself. That's something I still got to work on, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, right? It's just a work in progress to find those little hobbies, those little things outside of just working, watching film. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been able to cross so many great coaches. Not even just in the coaching, not even just my coaching career, like my coaches when I was a player and
Yeah.
my trainers, like the people that I've been able that God has put me like put me amongst in my path.
Mhm.
Man, I'm amazed. I'll be amazed when I look back on it because it's just like wow,
That's what's up.
wow.
No, that's
Hmm.
I say yes. Balance takes time. Yes, it takes age. I don't like to put the age thing in there, especially not just being 30. But
Hmm.
I'll say something I had to learn was you do have to find things you like to do. Like I told you, yeah, work
Yes.
out right, cool as an athlete, all those things, but to make sure I work out right for health first, right? But also for
Hmm.
fun because I find myself being able to have free time, podcasting, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It helps me to do something else outside of being an engineer, and being
Hmm.
a husband. But
Yes.
that leads to my next question. So who are
Okay.
outside of coaching, basketball, and all the things you're known for then?
So what am I known for outside of basketball?
Yeah, and coaching.
That's I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a hard question because my life has been basketball, sports my whole life. Like I've been an athlete my whole life, or even when I graduated, like I was still just around sports like my whole life. That's tough. I mean, I would say like outside of it, I'm really just chilling. I love music. Like I love music. I'm the type of person at my job, at any job, I got my headphones in, I'm locked in, bobbing the music, I'm bumping my head, just getting it, just vibing. Honestly. But I would just wanna I think honestly I'm known for just a hard worker. Like
Mhm.
I think when people like think of me, they always I mean, I would hope so. That's something that I pride myself in is my work ethic. Is just a hard worker and then also family oriented.
Right.
Like I everywhere I go, or it may be a game or something, like most majority of the time it's gonna be somebody that's my family's gonna be in the stands, right? Or if you follow me on Instagram, especially on my personal page, like it's always I'm posting my family, talking about my family or about my home. When I get to visit them, I'm just chilling at the crib with my family. So definitely I would say family oriented person. Definitely, I love music. Like I love music. I be joking around. I was like, I may end up being a DJ one day. like I love some music. But yeah, I would say definitely family oriented. But I'm not gonna lie though, but I'm sports athlete
I love
coach. Like I'm not gonna lie, like that definitely feels majority of like who I am as a person, for real, for real.
it. It's whatever make you feel like at home, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm learning. I
Hmm.
say easily that yeah, I like engineering, right? Cool. but that's my job. I went to school to do that. But like
Yeah.
come to when it comes to bringing me back to sports or just that childhood feel of like, dang, I'm able to do that. It's like, yeah, that's the thing I'm supposed to be doing. And like you said, I love
Hmm.
family as well. Family is key, man. Family
Oh
first.
yeah. Families at the end of the day, that's all you got.
Yeah, that's
Right?
all
Like
you
it's key. It's important. It's important.
indeed. So I
Hmm.
said, you once said, I read that in your bio that your mentality and work ethic will take you further than skill and talent. Um,
Yeah.
and I said, how do you instill that into your players now with their identities, especially growing off the court and on the court? And that's a good mentality, by the way. 'Cause my coach used to say that. He definitely
Yeah.
used to say that, and it was true.
It's
It's always going to be true.
Yeah, it's all because I'm a living proof of that.
Mhm.
Like if I stand up, I'm about 5'2", you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have the size, I didn't have the skill. I
Mhm.
didn't have the skills because I didn't have the confidence. I had the skill, but not the confidence.
Mhm.
Um, but I still worked, right? And my work showed, and then got a scholarship, and now I'm here where I'm at. But how I try to instill that mindset into the players I coach now, I think just through my messages that I give them on a day-to-day basis and through my coaching style. Definitely with your work ethic. Like I'm always talking about reps. You get your reps in today. You get your reps in this week. Like reps. I'm always talking about reps, but not even just reps. Right. On top of the reps, the second step with the reps is the intent. Right.
Mhm.
You have a good intent with the reps. Like it's not just getting your reps. So you have a good intent with the reps. So that's kind of try to instill. Just always making them aware that like, hey, you getting some work on the side. Like it's not just enough to be just showing up to practice and showing up to what needs was required, right? You gotta put something extra on the side. So I'm always reminding them that, making them aware that, trying to hold them accountable to get your reps in, right? With good intent at the same time. And then mentality, like just showing up, right? With a confidence. I think like we gotta feed confidence into people, right, and lift them up. So I'm always trying to like hype them up, give them compliments, right, to feel good about themselves, so they carry that mentality on. Okay, I got a little swag, and they carry that kind of on the court, right?
Uh-huh.
Because I don't know, if you feel good, you're gonna play good. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to mentality, yes, I want them to be like gritty players and go hard and all that stuff. But it's like you're not gonna do that if you don't have no confidence first. So it's just it's a balance too. Like we are just talking about balance earlier. It's a balance too with your coaching, right? You gotta critique, right? But you also gotta have time and days where you're just feeding confidence and just lifting them up. Like it can't be all every day in practice where you just hammering down on them.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. So definitely with the mentality, I just try to lift them up and tell them like you got this. So definitely overall how I try to instill it just through my messages, how I move day to day. But I'm not gonna lie, it's a challenge though, because every day you're just not gonna have it.
Yeah.
Like every day, 365 days, you're not gonna have it every day. That's just being a human being, right?
Mhm.
So you gotta really, be aware of yourself, kind of check yourself before you get into the environment, everybody. And make sure that you can bring something, right? Bring something to the table, even though you may not even be at 100. Like bring something to the table. But just through my messages, right? Especially like if they come to me one on one and we having a conversation, try to give them great advice through that conversation. But just through my messages that I give them, like it's where I try to instill that mentality and work ethic that I spoke on in my bio for
Yeah.
sure.
I love it. I love it. Now,
Hmm.
do you have any desire to be a head coach someday?
No, I mean, my desire right now is just to show up and work hard.
Got
And that's what I was saying earlier. Like when you do that and that's your main focus, like it's gonna find you. Like whatever's meant for you is gonna find you, right?
you.
But you gotta your desires. I mean, for me right now, it's just working hard. Like I said, this wasn't my plan. I didn't graduate college and was like, I want to be a coach. I want to do this, and this. I didn't have nothing planned out. Again, I graduated in COVID, right? Trying to figure
Yeah.
things out and just through that work ethic stuff just came. So that's my desire though, right? Is to continue to work hard, right? And continue to show up. But it sounds kind of cliche, but that's not easy to do.
It's not
Like it's not easy to do. Because life be lifing. Like let's
every
be
day,
real.
every
Life
every
life be
couple seconds
lifing.
out the day is something new.
It's something new, right? Life be really lifing. So it's just like that's my desire though, is just to stay locked in, tunnel vision on doing my work, doing it at a great level, and producing, right? But my desire is really just to work hard, right, and show up, right? Even when I'm on E some days, like I gotta work hard, I gotta show up. Because when that's the focal point, right, you'll be fine. You'll
Mm-hmm.
be fine. And especially if you have faith, God gonna have your back. Everything's gonna work out according in His timing though, and on His timing, not on your timing, on His timing for sure.
Yeah, you're right about that. And you putting the work in. So like, of
Yeah.
course, it's a question you throw out there when you're a great person like yourself. But the cool thing is how you answered it, man, and that's let me know that's gonna take you a long way because you're taking
Hmm.
a step back from. No, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be where my feet at right now, and I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep the main thing. The main thing.
Yeah.
If I keep doing the work, things are gonna. Guess what? They're gonna come.
They gonna come. And sometimes I'm
Mhm.
not gonna lie, sometimes I gotta have a reality check with myself. It's like, don't lose focus on what really matters. You know what I'm saying? Or don't get too ahead of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to check myself. Like, hold on, slow down, slow down. Like you 26, you still got a lot to learn. You got a lot. You know what I'm saying? You still got a lot of growth to do. Like, slow down, be where your feet are at, continue to work hard, and everything else is gonna take care of itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's the key though. You gotta hold yourself accountable a lot because sometimes you be tripping sometimes, or
And you
or
gotta
you or
have a
not even
side part.
I would say tripping, but sometimes your mentality or thinking kind of shifts maybe in the wrong direction.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to check yourself and like, nah, like hold on, like
Hmm.
how did this start? Right, I got to go back to 2021 when I was, or no, yeah, 2020, 2021 when I'm 21 years old. How did this start? Picking up the phone, just working, right, and just working hard. So I always gotta, sometimes I gotta check myself for sure. I gotta check
We
myself.
all do. That's the best thing.
Yeah.
Pull it back. We know we're not perfect. Like we're gonna pull
Oh
it,
no.
go pull it back in. We're gonna see where
Hmm.
you went we left at. All right, cool. So definitely I love that. Also,
Yeah.
in one sentence, and man, it's hard to describe one sentence because women basketball is amazing. But I say describe women basketball, the impact it has had on today's time, on you. How about that?
Uh, so when I think of like, I'm sorry, I probably won't be. I talk too much for one sentence. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But
Good.
when I think of like the game now, especially in WNBA level, like
Hmm.
you're asking about, or even the college level too, like the impact that it's having on now, like on people now, I just love how authentic it is. Like you see more personalities,
Yeah.
which is great. Because think about when you're in high school, right? You go into the games because you know the players, you're trying to show for support. Ain't nobody
Mhm.
pulling up, they don't really know you or they don't like you. Right?
Yeah.
Only people that's probably pull up probably like people that die-hard basketball fans that just love the game. Right? But if you're trying to really expand the game, you gotta show a little authenticity of just your personality and just show who you are outside of just your sport.
Mhm.
So you can, right, attract more attention and expand the game. So I think definitely just being authentic. Like you see way more personality. You see some uh who's on the Stud Buzz or streaming now. Like that was
Dope.
going crazy on the All-Star
Yeah.
weekend. Like I loved it though. Like that's people want to see that. People want to see who you're about, behind the scenes. So and that's really one of the reasons why I wanted to get on this podcast. Cause it's like I think sometimes when you're in sports, coaching or athlete, you feel like you got to have this certain image or like you got to move a certain way, but it's like just be you, right?
Mhm.
Just be you, right? Some people may like it, some people may not, right? But at the end of the day, right? You were yourself, right?
Yeah.
And that's all you can kind of ask for yourself, at the end of the day. So I just love how authentic, right, the players are being, and I think like that's getting more people attracted to watch the games, coming to the games. Cause like,
Mhm.
oh, that's Asia Wilson. I was just watching her TikToks or something like that, or that's a still buzz on streaming. You know what I'm saying? So I just love how authentic it is. I think that's a big is that how they're showing their personalities is having a big impact on the game, right? Because they love it. They love everybody loves their personalities.
I love that too. And I was saying, Courtney find the other Courtney that plays for the Lynx.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. She's a Starbucks.
yeah,
That's
yeah. And Courtney was like, she loved Sydney Colson and love a lot of
yes.
women basketball. We go see them. And the funny thing, Courtney was like, dang, I gotta go see them. Man, I love Courtney, man. I like how funny she is and the personality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you hoop. We know you can hoop. That's
Yeah.
you supposed to be able to hoop. But like, who are you? And that's what makes
Yeah.
me want to keep pushing that narrative to talk about it, but also someday be able to even sit down with some of the WNBA women because and college basketball women, high school even too.
Mm-hmm.
You keep it growing because it's so cool to see them outside of the sport.
Outside of the sport.
And it's gonna bring more support because the more you do these things, the more people gonna come support. And be like, "Dang, I want to go see." All right,
Yeah.
she do that. All right, cool. So definitely.
That's what I'm saying. Because they gonna want to come up if they, especially if they, you get a lot of like, especially like if you're on that level, you already got a lot of eyes on you. So you
Mhm.
might as well take advantage of that and start showing some personality to attract more attention.
Indeed.
That's kind of what I think,
Ain't nothing but
honestly.
good stuff to come out. Some craziness, but you got more good than craziness. You know
And
that.
that's
Look,
being it, right, but that's being a human being though.
right?
Like I think it's a misconception on athletes and coaches too. Like people think that we some flawless human beings. No, we probably got the same flaws you got. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like we 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 not flawless. We got things we got to work on improving. Like, but people think though like
Mhm. They think you the
because
perfect
but
example.
because that's why we got to just show more personality though
True.
and continue to be authentic with it.
That is.
For real.
You right about that. I say, who are some of your favorite WNBA players of all time?
That's tough. I would definitely say when I was younger,
Hmm.
especially when she was in college, like I was obsessed with Christy Tolliver game. She was a
Yeah,
point guard in Maryland.
yeah.
Um, so I would definitely say she's definitely at the top. Say
Okay.
her, Courtney Vandersloot.
Mhm.
Love how she just controls the game and she's versatile with her scoring and also, being able to set up her teammates to score. The list goes on though. It's a lot. But definitely, especially just off the top of my head, those two, right? Of course, and then I was a point guard, so anybody that kind of plays a point guard position, how they did, it's gonna, be, attractive to me. So I would say them.
I love that. I love that. Before we do close, I only got a few more questions. I'll
All
say,
right.
what excites you about this upcoming season?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would say definitely like where we left off at, picking up where we left off at. Like at Marist, like we had a big improvement last year. Great season overall. Finished 16 and 14. Big improvement from the previous year. So I'm excited just to pick up where we left off at. And just continue to take it day by day. And then just showing up each and they ready to compete. I think they understand more what it takes to win.
Hmm.
Not just during the games, but day to day, your habits and in practice. I think they understand that more on a higher level. So I'm just excited to get back to work, honestly, and continue to trust the process and continue to grind it out. But definitely just to pick up where we left off at, because we had a in our conference tournament game, big fourth quarter comeback, huge. I think we hit about 9 threes in the fourth quarter. I'm like, go sidelines going crazy. Like, but I think it was about nine. I think it was not 8 or 9 threes in the
Yeah.
fourth quarter. So just picking back up off that momentum, right? Even though we shouldn't have, put ourselves in that situation in the first place, of course. But just picking it up where we left off at. I'm excited though. I'm definitely excited. It's gonna be a good year for us.
I'll say, what advice would you give to young ladies that are making that transition from their sport, especially in basketball, like graduating,
To
trying to go to the league, or just looking for another career outside of once it does happen?
Oh well, definitely right. Just you gotta work hard. Like I'm keep saying, like your work ethic is gonna catch people's eyes,
Hmm.
catch people's attention. Everybody wants somebody that works hard, right? And then your relationships are key, like especially with why you're a player, right? The every coach, trainer you meet, like it's important, right? To have a good relationship with them. And then be yourself, like be yourself. I think don't try to be like nobody else. That's very robotic, right? Like be yourself, be authentic. Because you are you for a reason, right? We were all made in our unique, different ways for a reason, right? So take advantage of who you are as a person and have that confidence in yourself that you're good enough, right? And that you know your value, you know your worth. Um, and then I would definitely say those three would be like my big advices. But just taking it day by day, like and then having faith though. It's gonna find you. You gotta believe though that it's gonna find you or whatever that you're trying to do. But you gotta show up every day, right? And when you are right, when we first started, and I said like life is a roller coaster, right? Right now I'm on the up with my mental, right? Because I'm seeing a lot of family, right? But if
Mm-hmm.
it is right when that roller coaster go down, are you gonna show up or are you gonna crumble, right? Are you or like you know what I'm saying? So, but that's why you gotta have some type of you foundation, right? And I think that work ethic, right, is gonna build foundation for people for when it is down. All you know is to work.
Mm-hmm.
All you know is to work. So it's just like you're gonna be fine because all you know is to work. Um. So yeah, I would say that, but just taking it day by day. But definitely relationships are key though. Relationships are key.
They are.
And have good energy though. You gotta have some good. You gotta have good energy. Oh, and then also, right? So you said because you said transitioning from being a player to a coach, so they're young.
Mm-hmm.
So there, I think it's very important while you're young is to be open. You gotta be open. It don't because when you're young, you're gonna get. People gonna throw you certain assignments, certain responsibilities that you probably have no experience in, right? But since you're young, they're expecting you to figure it out. They're expecting you to that you know, I don't know that I guess that you know what you're doing, but um just have an open mindset. Like don't be scared of a responsibility that you probably have never done before. Figure it out,
Yeah.
right? Study it. You may have to teach yourself,
Mm-hmm.
right? But it's gonna just make you more versatile, more marketable out here at the end of the day. So just have an open mind set to whatever may get thrown to you, and then don't be scared. Like, what's the worst that can happen when you're in your 20s?
Yeah.
It don't work out. You got so much life left. Oh my god, it didn't work out. Okay, you got so much more life left afterwards. Like, what's the worst that can happen in your 20s? Like, for real, this is the time for you to have your trial and error moments.
Yeah.
For you to try something and it may not work out. Cool. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
maybe my path is in a different direction, right? But that's where I'm saying you just have to have some type of work ethic to build that foundation to keep showing up. Each and every day, no matter what may happen. But yeah, I'd be thinking. I'm 26, and I still be thinking like, all right, what's the worst that can happen at 26? Like I got so much more. I got so much more life, and you got to think like that so you don't put so much pressure on yourself. You know
Personally.
what I'm saying? So you don't put so much pressure on yourself because you're going to make mistakes,
Mm-hmm.
right? And when you're young, when those mistakes, it's going to happen. It's going to happen multiple times.
Yeah.
Trust me.
It's gonna happen.
But don't let your mistakes define you, right?
They
Don't let your past define you, right? You are in control of your story and of your narrative, right? So if you do make a mistake, or if it is in the past, leave it in the past first, right? But if you're in the present, right, and you make a mistake, don't let that define you. Don't let that dim your confidence. Don't get back into no shell if you made a mistake. Okay, cool. Brush it off. Just like we tell the kids and the players on the court, next play mentality.
mm-hmm.
Cool. Next responsibility. Next task. Move on. You gotta be able to move on quick. Can't be stuck in the past or stuck on a mistake. But that was kind of a lot of advice.
Nah, you
But
told the truth though.
definitely, I mean, you definitely work hard, relationships, be open minded. Right, and don't be scared. Don't be scared. Nothing. You may fail at a young age, but you got so much life left ahead of you. Right, you got to just know that it's not the end of the world. When you make mistakes at a young age, you think it's the end of the world. Oh my god, you think it's the end of the world. No,
You don't
no,
know
baby,
what.
baby, your world is just not getting started.
Uh-huh. You gotta
Your world
embrace
is just not getting started, right? But you gotta know that, and you gotta talk your stuff. You gotta talk yourself through it, right? And give yourself those type of messages, or have people in your corner that can do that for you.
it.
But yeah,
I love that. Okay.
hmm
Look at you. You got the wisdom over there. I like that. I like that. I like
that's
that.
my Hey, the
Hey,
grandparent business, man.
hey, they the greatest. They greatest. They greatest. It stay with you
Man,
too. It
because
stay with
when you visit your grandparents, it's a lot just sitting down at the table talking.
you. Mm-hmm.
So I definitely want to definitely taking advantage of my time off right now. It's shut down. Wanted to come visit them, but just talking with them, right? That's where my wisdom comes from, and
Yeah.
then also just through my experience though as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
In life, like that's where it comes from. But I mean, I'm being real. That's real for real.
I love that. I say, do you have any questions for me?
When can I get to Georgia so we can do this in person?
Hey, whenever, man. Let me know. Cool.
Nah, when did you start your podcast though?
I started in 2019. So I
Okay.
started. back in my old apartment. Then we bought this house. I actually moved in here, and
Last week?
now we bought the house like probably back in
Oh, I think you said last week.
before COVID. Yeah, way back.
Oh, okay, okay. I was about to say congratulations. Well, still congratulations. You bought it in code, but I thought it was more recent.
We
Uh-huh.
did that, and it started off on some like, yeah, I'm gonna do IT and stuff, and then in the time mom was living, she was like, hey, go to get anybody, don't just look at just IT, that ain't all you, you play sports,
Mm-hmm.
people, and like you said, I have relationships with people, and
Yeah.
I've grown to where they like, man, I want to come on the show, and it's so cool to see, the common working day people, famous people, all type of people come on a podcast, and it's mind boggling, but it's all God driven. It ain't
Oh,
me.
yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
thankful I get to embrace it and curate it how I want it to be. So thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
No, yeah, and I that's big what you said. Like it's God willing. Like I think once we understand, or the more you understand that it's not about you, it's
you.
about what he is about serving him. I think that's when you get that, that stress-free life.
Mhm.
Because it's just like when you literally when you hear people say it's above me, right?
Yep.
Above me, it's on it.
Well, me. I can't
It's
do
above. I you asking me these questions. It's above me. I
that.
don't know.
I
I
can't
don't
even.
know.
I can't
I
even.
don't know. But
Yeah.
but it's dope though that I like when I looked up like at your podcast and stuff that you were doing like different people, different people that work in different
Yeah.
industries. Like it's not just all one thing. Like it's not just all sports or it's not just all that. Like you're hitting a lot of different like audience,
Mhm.
So that's what's up. My granddad's trying to get my dad, my uncle, and I think one of my dad's friends to do a podcast.
Yeah.
Because
We can talk
they
about it.
always,
Yeah, we can talk about it.
yeah, they always on the phone talking about sports. I'm like, if y'all don't, they
Do a
don't just,
podcast, and I'll support y'all. I'll help.
yeah.
I'll definitely help them. I tell everybody this: start it, because
Mm-hmm.
it's a hobby, but also as time goes, God just blesses you as He sees. Oh, this something you okay? Let me go on with you.
Mm-hmm.
And your dad, and I'm pretty sure your uncles and your family are very knowledgeable
Oh yeah.
in sports, but in all things, and they play sports, so it's gonna be simple. It's not
Yeah.
gonna be as hard as you think it is, and people gonna gravitate to it. It's so crazy how people gravitate to, even I think I get to go do a media day next week. Well, not next week, but actually Thursday. So
Uh-huh.
it took off, ready to go do that. And the cool thing is, it's volleyball media day for the young ladies, and it's their first time doing media day. And I'm like, man, I get to go do that. All right, look,
Uh-huh.
some cool questions. And it was cool that like it was like God was like, hey, I wrote a question on it. I said, let me pull this back. Okay, I asked about sports. I asked about this. Why you came to school? I said, you know what I'm gonna ask them? Hey, outside of volleyball, what do you plan to do? Because this is gonna end one day. Like, and just make it real, but also make it so fun for them. And I reached out to them; they were so excited. But
Yeah.
about it and hit me up, so I'm gonna get on to them. But
Okay.
because it's the same, they in the same division as my
Yeah.
like, man, y'all Clark, y'all ain't hit me up and catch y'all. Like, but every other school, I got something for them, so I'm like, yep, y'all missed out. It's
Mm-hmm.
so
No, it's dope.
podcasting cool, man.
And
Podcast.
I watch that's kind of like what I like to do if I'm just chilling, just watch podcasts, right? And I like to watch
Put it
different type
on in
of
the background.
podcasts.
Indeed,
Hmm?
put it on in the back. I tell everybody, put it on in the background.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, what they talking about? What? Who? Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
all the time people tell me, man, I found your podcast because this was happening. I'm like, hey, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. No, it's this is what's up. That's what you're doing. For
Thank you.
sure.
Thank
For
you.
sure. I may start one of these one of the days. I like to talk too much, so
Look.
I can get to I can get to rambling. So
Mhm.
it's definitely cool what you got going on.
Thank you, man.
Mhm.
Nah, you're not rambling, man. You're having good conversation. You're having good conversation. And you stayed on topic. Hey, that's what matters.
Right? Surprisingly,
Look, some people they be all if you see podcasts, some people just go,
they be coasting,
what
going
is
left, right, up and down, not staying
uh,
down in the middle. Hmm.
then they start talking about relationships, you just be like, all right, you know what, I'm turning this
Right?
off.
They get a question. You ask somebody a question, and then they just relate it to
They like,
they,
you know what? Matter of fact, man, I'm like, nah, this ain't
And
the
it,
same
but
podcast.
but like even though it probably does correlate with their life, it's just not the question that
Yeah, we ain't
that they
looking.
ask, which is all good. It probably was deep on their mind. They probably need to get it out and vent. Honestly,
Yeah,
honestly,
I have
bro.
to be the fool too. actually afterwards, the funny thing about like I say to Courtney and we laugh about it, is some people afterwards, they're like, yeah, I want to ask you this, man. And we'd be camera stop and it always
Mhm.
happens in person. And people ask something, you just be like, okay. And I answer in the time, be like, what? When I go back and edit, my boy hit me up each time, be like, bro, what were they talking about? I'm like, hey man, I just gave them the room that let
It's
them talk.
above me.
Look, it's above me. God must put it on their heart to say it. I don't know.
It's above no. I be thinking that people be asking questions. I'm like, I don't know. They be like, how this and this and that.
I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't know. Like that's hilarious though. That's real.
Uh-huh.
That's
But no,
real.
thank you for your time today.
Oh
Enjoy
yeah.
the time
No,
with
I
your
appreciate
family.
you having me on and
Man.
just give me the opportunity just to talk. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
appreciate it. It was
I
a good
can't wait to do this
conversation.
again. When you pull up, I'm gonna have a whole little thing out for you. I might draw something for you, everything.
All
I'll do a
right.
whole little setup for you.
No, I've seen this on one of yours. I think I saw a little short video on the page.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think I seen it. It said it was nice. It
I
was
try to look
nice.
out for people. Thank you, thank you so much.
Yeah, you doing your thing with this.
Indeed, thank you, man.
Yeah.
We'll stay in touch. Thank you also for staying in touch with me, man. Courtney,
Yes.
sometimes she's like, you always stay in touch. I like that about. She always loved it about me. I'll be staying in touch with folks.
Yes. Yes. Right. It's like you texted me, and he's
Hmm.
like, "How you doing?" Right. It's just those simple messages. I gotta work on it. Right. I'm making steps to stay more in contact with folks and not be just so wrapped up in my own world. But that text, it meant a lot to me. Like because I honestly don't have as that, but outside of my family, right? I don't have as many people hitting my phone just a casual, "Hey, how you doing?" You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? So that meant a lot, and I appreciate that for sure.
We got to get back to it.
Oh yeah.
Back to
Oh
doing
yeah, no, for sure, man.
into checking on people, man. Definitely got
Yes. It goes a long way.
does. Yeah. So I'm glad. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for
All right,
coming.
Jeremy.
It'll come out soon. I'm gonna let you know.
Okay.
We're gonna do a whole good rollout, so I'll let you know and everything.
All right, appreciate that. But I can't wait. I
All
can't
right.
wait.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right, Jeremy. See ya.